Finished one day of my chemistry class, and this is how I plan on really simplifying the structure for this period of online learning. And I'm going to just walk you through what I'm going to do here. So for each day, so here's Wednesday, April 1st, which is from 10 to 10:30, I'm going to do sort of a asynchronous model within a synchronous parameter. So the students need to complete these between 10 and 10:30, but they can do it at their own pace, so it's not a live Zoom. There is a live Zoom option, and I'll talk about that in a moment. The reason I'm doing this is really to help structure their day. I'm not trying to make things more difficult on them, but I feel like if I make the whole thing asynchronous, given everything that's going on, it can really get in the middle of some family time. And I wanted to really add some organized parameters for them. It's going to be up to me to make that work reasonable within a half an hour period of time. So again, half an hour parameter, synchronous parameter with asynchronous movement inside it. So students will come, and you'll notice the entire thing is based on Google Forms. So they're going to come and do the check-in. The check-in is usually going to activate prior knowledge from what they've done before. Here I have this check-in, and it asks them using a pre-filled link. The last thing we were learning in honors chemistry was, specifically I remember that, the questions I still have are. So I love using the pre-filled link to provide templates for students. Again, I'm trying to drop the extraneous cognitive load here in the online learning environment. They're going to move after that from the check-in right to the lesson. A lesson is going to be another Google form. Lots of Google Forms, but it's going to be collecting it in a spreadsheet. This now is going to be 2 points, pass, no pass. So they're going to fill out their name. They're going to watch an instructional video that I made using ScreenFlow and my Wacom Intuos tablet. You can look at other posts, other blog posts to talk about how I'm doing that. They're going to watch this video, which is embedded directly in. Again, dropping the cognitive load, everything's in one space. They're going to hit next, and then we have some questions that are going to ask them to chew on the video. So this is going to guarantee that everything happens in one space and that students are prompted to reflect on it. They hit submit. After that, they're going to go to checkout. Checkout's going to be further application in another Google form of what they're learning in the video itself. The questions from the checkout will then feed the lesson for the next day, so keeping somewhat of a cycle going. I'm not going to be assigning formal homework. The formal homework is just going to be the checkout. I'm going to make sure that everything happens within the parameter. Normally, it's going to be a 2-hour parameter. So again, because they're at home, to me it feels kind of rhetorical to say homework. I have 2 hours. I'm going to maximize those 2 hours with them in this asynchronous format within that synchronous parameter. What happens if they need extra help while they're working on it? So this is where the breakouts can happen. Here, if they click here on this document, I have a Google document that I'll be sharing with all of them where they can simply just ask a question, and myself or a colleague of theirs, a peer in their class, can answer the question. What I like about this is I can be monitoring this, and so can their peers asking and answering questions, and it's going to create a big log of questions rather than having some sort of chat box open. So I went ahead and pre-filled that. Now, if they need some one-on-one assistance for me, they can click here and go right into our Zoom room, and then I can solve a problem for them on a whiteboard or have a conversation with them. I'm using one Zoom link for all my classes since they're happening at different times. So that link stays constant. So I really think about those as breakout sessions. And that's what's going to happen. We'll start the next day, and then they're going to feed on each other. In terms of grading, I'll be tracking the Google Form responses at the end of the day. I'm really moving to a pass, no pass format for this. I feel like we need to simplify everything. And I might do some summative assessments using some sort of system, perhaps within the Schoology or whatever learning management system we have available. But right now I'm really thinking about everything being formative and pass, no pass. So if you go in here, I have a folder for week 1 lessons, and then I have those Google Forms. And then if I went into the grade book for that class, you see here it says online lessons, and then I click on that. We have a 5-point online lesson for 4-1 and then a 5-point online lesson for the next class period. So they're going to get 5 points for doing the online lesson, doing the Google Forms, and that's how I'm going to be monitoring it each day. Goal is simplicity, and the goal is also structure so that we can dive deep into the content. Hope that provides some good information to perhaps inform your planning.